Hey folks, NeilRox87 here. I'm doing this pricing game recap with Mr. Horgan, Sports Guy 528, on 264 shirt, who's joining Mr. Horgan via cell phone, and BJMTVCanada. And just as we were saying, pretty much finishing up, Mr. Horgan's camera cut out. So we're going to finish this on my channel again. But this is pretty much just kind of a goodbye memo because, as we mentioned earlier in Mr. Horgan's end of the recap, that this was pretty much going to be our final pricing game recap that us on the recap team does. So I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Horgan now for our goodbye commencement speech. Let's just call it that. Mr. Horgan?
Well, I just want to say, let me get the special song on here. It's "Here's to Us" by Hailstorm,
Yes.
requested by NeilRox87. This is the guest version, by the way. Well, I started doing the Price is Right pricing game recap back when season 38 began in September 2009. I just, in a way, I kind of discovered my digital camera I had at the time did video, so I just first tested it out by recapping the season 38 premiere of The Price is Right, and although it did not come out good at first because I was down in my basement and there wasn't very much light, you could consider it like a pilot of the pricing game recap. So as the season went by, I made it better by moving it to a different location, and eventually I got very good on recapping the games. I also updated my wardrobe by getting Price is Right themed shirts, starting off with season 39 and lasting right up now into season 44 with my Climbing Prices shirt that I'm wearing. I've been watching The Price is Right since I was very, very young. Like, I want to say I was starting watching when I was like 2 or 3 years old. It's always been my favorite game show, and I'll continue to be a fan as the years go by, as long as the show is still on the air. I have a lot of respect and love for the icons of The Price is Right, such as Bob Barker and Rod Roddy.
Absolutely.
And Johnny Olson, may they both rest in peace. And of course, the Barker's beauties, Janice Pennington, Diane Parkinson, Holly Hallstrom, Kathleen Bradley, Chantel Dubé. And of course, the new generation of models on The Price is Right, like Rachel Reynolds, Amber Lancaster, Gwendolyn Osborne Smith, Will Arbelias.
I think you missed somebody.
Brandy
Oh,
Sherwood.
and James O'Halloran too.
Yeah, even though we kind of tease James a lot, you know, he's really a cool guy. And Rob Wilson being the first male model, The Price is Right, for him, that must have been a dream come true for him. So, and he was pretty cool on doing his part. But, you know, and of course, can't forget Drew Carey and George Gray, who are really bringing the new generation of The Price is Right to fans, young and old.
Young and old. And you know, Rich Fields helped out in that too.
And I can't forget about Rich Fields. He was also someone from The Price is Right I respected very much.
Yes, especially during Bob's last 3 seasons on the show, and change. And of course, for 3 seasons with Drew Carey as well.
Yes. But anyway, I want to get back to myself. Over the years, not only did I upgrade my wardrobe and get better in doing the recaps, I of course got some help along the way. Got to start off with my right-hand man, Neil Rocks 87. You were the first person I asked to help out when I wasn't available, whether I was at an event or when I wasn't feeling good. You've been a big supporter to my videos over these 6 and 7 years, and when we finally met in person last July, it's like we came full circle.
Absolutely.
And you're definitely like a brother to me, based on what we share, and I cannot wait to visit you again in Wisconsin, and or someday you come visit me in New Jersey. We'll definitely hang out again as buds. But you've done a tremendous job on doing recaps on your channel, and I just want to say, like, being the second in command, you have done a terrific job, and I thank you so much for being in my service throughout the Price is Right pricing and recap.
I thank you for what you're saying, Mr. Horgan, and I have to say this because I know, I got Sports Guy 528 and Ben Mason here, but I got to say this about you, Mike. I'm sorry if I'm using your real name on YouTube, but you have been like almost like a duplicate version of me. You know everything about Price is Right like I do. Everything from the 90s, what we liked, what we didn't like. We have a lot of interests away from game shows too, football and Power Rangers and, and just music and just a lot of stuff, and you feel like a brother to me as well. I mean, there's not a single person in this world that is almost like the same as me without being an actual duplicate of me, and I love that about you. And I'm going to show the viewers this right now. I got my phone out right here, and here's Mr. Horgan and myself here. I'm using my Instagram account of us with our Power Rangers on, playing with our. Well, I shouldn't say playing with it, but our posing with my Legacy Power Ranger morphers, right there. So the viewers at home can see that. So, Mr. Horgan, I thank you for all these years. And who would have known that one little subscription to somebody on YouTube would have turned into a great friendship?
The world works in strange ways, and it works out for the best.
Yes, it absolutely does.
And again, thank you, man. You having my back and being close to me.
I just want to say, though, I mean, I started doing these recaps, filling in for you on the best of 2010. If you obviously remember that very well. Yes. I want to, even though we're not doing this full time anymore after this, I want you to know that even through all that, every year on New Year's Eve, which has been the tradition, that I do the recaps from the best of show every year. I am going to continue that.
I respect that decision 100%. You have my blessing, so keep that tradition alive.
And I will also continue to do recaps for any of Rachel's milestone episodes, as I've been doing recently, the last few times. I know I missed a few back the last few years, but I'm going to make that up, and you and I will continue to work together as far as retro recaps are concerned.
Yes, when I have the free time on my hands.
Yes. So I want to say thank you, Mr. Horgan, and I'm going to turn this over to Sports Guy 528. If he has anything to say right now, he's more than welcome to. Do you have anything to say, Sports Guy 528?
Well, I want to say is, thank you guys for letting me have this opportunity over the last couple years with us. one thing with Nintendo, it's all again, we are very good being like my closest neighbor in terms of state-wise. We talked about us, Yankees, Jets, Giants, and all that stuff. Thank you.
You're very welcome, Sports Guy 528. And I know one day we're gonna run into each other in person, and we'll just have a friendly conversation. We'll know each other better, and who knows? Someday down the road, we'll do an in-person retro pricing game recap together. How's that sound, bud?
That sounds good.
Awesome.
All right, Ben Mason, do you have anything you'd like to say?
As a matter of fact, I do. I want to thank all the folks out there for watching these Price is Right recaps over the past several years. I've been on the Price is Right pricing game recap team for 5 years, and I've been delivering so many acknowledgments that I can't even begin to count them anymore. And I've been a big fan of Price is Right, like Mr. Horgan, ever since I was very little. In fact, The Price is Right may have actually been one of the very first television shows I've ever watched in my life. And I still love it to this day. I want to thank you, Mr. Horgan. And I want to thank you, Sports Guy 528. And I want to thank you, NeoRox87, for all the work that we've done together on The Price is Right Pricing Game Recap.
Well, you're very welcome, Ben Mason, and somewhere down the road we'll work together again with retro recaps.
Yes, I'll be looking forward to doing that. And one more thing. I really enjoyed my work here on the tube as well. I've been on YouTube for about 5 years in different incarnations. I've had several different channels over the years, but my current channel, BJMTVCanada, is my staple channel here on YouTube. In fact, I want to thank everyone who's tuned into my videos, all 600 of them, and the also 183 subscribers that I've got. And I want to thank them too for the support, because without the support of my fans across Canada and as a matter of fact the world too, I just want to say I'm just so privileged to be here on YouTube. I just don't know what to say anymore, except thank you very much.
Well said, Ben Mason.
Thank you, Mr. Horgan.
I think there's one more person to say something. Well, first of all, I apologize for not keeping up in touch much. I know I haven't been doing it very much, but I got to tell you, it's been a delight, a pleasure. But I've been keeping up with things on the outside, so and life around here is pretty busy. So, but that's okay. We all have that situation. But anyways, yeah, that's probably why you haven't seen very much of me. But when you have seen me, I gotta tell you, it's been once again a real delight, and I've very much enjoyed it, and I've enjoyed, being able to talk about The Price is Right with people that I never met before, and it's been very fun. And in closing, to borrow a line from Oprah and Oprah Winfrey, with apologies to you, but it was the best I could come up with. What I'm going to say is, I'm not going to say goodbye. I'll just say until we meet again.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank
Great
you,
speech.
64 shirt. We sure had a lot of fun having you come on my channel and on and other members of the Pricing and Recap team as well over the years.
My pleasure, Mr. Horgan. My sincere pleasure.
And I also, if I may, like to once again give a shout out to J Van Diesel and A Pizzle 90, who could not unfortunately join us, but I just want to say it has been such a real blast doing pricing and recaps with them as well. With J Van Diesel, we have done 3 different pricing and recaps in person. And the first time we did it in person, it was on his birthday, December 20th, 2014. J Van Diesel was hanging out with myself and a few of my friends in New York City. And I got to tell you, we made it very special for him, doing it outside near Rockefeller Center with the Christmas tree near us. Got to tell you, our friendship there really, really developed full circle like I've had with Neil Rocks 87. So, J Van Diesel, if you're watching, I thank you so much for all the good times we had doing the pricing and recap together. And I know somewhere down the road we'll do a retro recap. So, and I'll look forward on hanging out with you again soon, buddy. A Pizzle 90, it was so cool to meet you for the first time back in July 2013 when I was visiting my friend, and I gotta tell you, you're a down-to-earth guy. You're absolutely cool. Your attitude is one that is well respected. It's you have had great times with me, not only on doing pricing and recaps, but also when you've Skyped with my other friends when we do NFL football picks. And you've invited me on your channel a few times for that, and I look forward on being on your channel in this upcoming football season for NFL picks. So I'll talk to you again soon, buddy. A few more people I want to thank who were part of the pricing and recap team throughout the 7 years I've been doing this. Money7373, who's done not only current recaps, but also a lot of retro recaps. I thank you for what you've done, and keep up the good work on doing more of those videos if you do in the future. Meathead177 returns. Had you on a few times on my channel, and just want to say that you definitely did a good job teaming up with me throughout the seasons 41 and 42. And hopefully you're doing well down in the peach state of Georgia. I also want to give a shout out to Keith C. Johnson, a former Price is Right contestant from Chicago, Illinois. Mr. Johnson, I hope you're doing very well, sir, and just want to say that it was a pleasure to have you join me for your episode of the Price is Right, which actually was the first retro recap I ever did. So, and that's how it started with the retro recaps with Mr. Keith's appearance, and it was also my pleasure to also put up your show on YouTube as a special request. So I hope you're doing very well yourself, sir, and I just want to say thanks for working with me throughout the time I was doing the recap full time. I also want to give a shout out to Gimperman, who has supplied me with some acknowledgments during the pricing and recaps, and he's been a
What's up, Mr. Horgan?
been a fan of my recaps.
What's going on, Mr. Horgan?
Oh, it's I'm 264 shirt on his end.
Lost connection, I guess?
Lost the connection. I'll try to call him back, but in the meantime, I just want to also say to Gimperman, thank you for supporting the Price is Right pricing and recap throughout all this time I've been doing it. And unfortunately, I'm 264 shirt got cut out.
Well,
But let me just try and still give out some thanks. So to Fresh Trini 92. Before I had Dish Network, I did watch The Price is Right on CBS as usual, but he was such a saving grace when it came to him uploading the playings of the pricing games on that day, and that helped me out with my notes at night.
that actually, he helped me out a lot too. So we definitely thank him. I don't know if he's ever seen our recaps or if he really even knows about us, but we absolutely thank him.
Yeah. If it wasn't for him uploading those playings of pricing games, it would be a real hassle to get the notes
Oh, God.
by going on CBS.com.
Yeah.
So, Fresh Trini 92, if you're watching, thank you for uploading your videos, and if you continue to do that, I salute you for that. But when it came to me getting the notes for specific details, your videos really helped me. So thank you, man. So, well, that's pretty much all the thank yous I got. Oh, actually, there's.
I was just gonna say I could think of one more person we should thank, but I think you know who I'm talking about.
Well, I think we should thank our viewers if that's who you're referring to, NeilRox87.
It wasn't, but you do have a good point. Absolutely.
So, to all the viewers out there who watched my recaps, thank you for subscribing and enjoying watching the entertainment of the recaps that I have delivered to you. And I have my own styles of doing these recaps, and just want to say if you really enjoyed watching my videos a lot, and I say thanks. Oh, I'm 264 shirt. You're back.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry about that, folks. My computer was a little bit overheated.
No problem. I was just concluding my goodbyes, but actually my thank yous. But NeilRox87 claims there's another person who should be thanked.
Yes, I think we did miss one member of our pricing game recap team, and that's Martin S51989.
Oh yes, Martin S51989 from Massachusetts. Thank you for doing recaps for us, especially when it came to certain pricing games that got played, and where you wanted to do the recap that day. And I hope you're doing very well in Massachusetts, and thank you for being a supporter of my recaps and to everyone else's recaps. And
Yes, and one recap he did that sticks out in my mind specifically was the first show. Actually, was the first show I ever attended when I went to Price is Right, It was during Dream Car Week when they played card game for that Range Rover.
Yes.
I remember
He
that
wanted
one
to do
very
that.
well. I know he wanted to do that, so I was very happy that he got to do that. So, I believe we covered everybody from our recap team and all the viewers out there.
Yeah, I think we have just covered about everyone.
But
So,
I got one person I have to thank here, and I don't know if she's going to watch this or not, but
Wait, Neil Rock 87 has someone to thank.
I have to say it because I've done special videos for her, and I got to meet her in 2014. You guys all know who I'm talking about here, and that's Rachel. I don't want to toot my own horn here, but being able to call her my friend is just a mind-blowing thing to even say. You know, I don't want to say we interact on Twitter and Instagram all the time, but when it does happen, it's like I'm living a dream. All right, and to been able to go and meet her was a dream all by itself. But then it had to be Dream Car Week, the shows that I went to as well, and then I got to hang out backstage and go to lunch with her. I mean, you couldn't make that happen if the planets were aligned perfectly. You know, so Rachel, I don't know if you're watching this, but thank you very much. Your friendship means the world to me. So that's all I have to say.
Well, I just want to once again say thank you for watching me on YouTube for for almost 7 years. But it's time for me to go into semi-retirement because, you know, gotta concentrate on my own life. But you haven't seen the last of me. You'll see me again in the near future. But for now, it's time for me to settle down. And once again, thank you, everyone, for tuning into my videos. Means a lot.
You bet, Mr. Morgan.
All right, I think that pretty much covers everything. Anybody else have any final words?
I don't think I have anything else to say, Neil.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that does it for us on the Pricing Game Recap team. We want to thank you for everything, for watching us for, Mr. Horgan just pointed out, 7 years on YouTube. It's like he said, it's time to settle down. We've all grown older. We all have busier lives now. And like Mr. Horgan said, though, you have not seen the last of us. We'll still be here. Like I said, we're going to keep doing retro recaps in our spare time. So stay tuned for them. So with that being said, I do have one more thing I have to say. I don't know. All I have to say is you guys are the greatest friends I could have ever had, and that goes for J Van Diesel and A Pizzle 90 and everyone else who couldn't make it. But if you have a glass, raise it. I got a soda can, so that's close enough. Like the song, you really can't hear it in the background, but that's probably a good thing because of copyright issues. But I gotta say to you guys, here's to us.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey, I got this. Wish I had my mug with me, but what the heck. Ziggy zaggy, ziggy zaggy, oi, oi, oi. Ziggy zaggy, ziggy zaggy, oi, oi. Ziggy zaggy, ziggy zaggy, oi, oi.
Perfect, Ben. That was great. So,
I watch a man show a lot.
Me too,
And
man.
now, girls jumping on trampolines. Yay! Woo! No, I'm kidding. We don't have girls jumping on trampolines, but I just thought I'd throw that in there for giggles and all that jazz.
all right. All right, that's going to wrap this up for the pricing game recap team. And we all know how we got to end this. So I'm going to hand the honors over to Ben Mason.
Well, I want to thank all of you for inviting us onto your computers or your devices or however you watch our Price is Right recaps. And I want to remind you to get your pets spayed and neutered and help control the pet populations. We'll see you again. Bye-bye.
Hold on, everyone.
Goodbye, everybody.